And slept on your cell.
Hey Kim, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks so much for taking time to talk to me today.
Of course, my pleasure.
I've got big Bad Guys fans at my house, and we
Yeah.
love the movie. What was the biggest challenge of turning these beloved books into a film?
Um, the biggest challenge, for me, was my directorial debut, and so first time that I was doing it. In my opinion, there's quite a few challenges. I mean, it's incredibly hard to do, right? But I think the sheer scale of it is always something that is like surprising. It's a massive undertaking. It's a massive movie, and it's always very surprising when you do it for the first time. You're like, oh my god, this is that I need to climb that mountain, and that's scary. So that's one of the challenges. No, I mean the out of all this, the biggest challenge to me is like cracking the story and making sure that we had a story that was both edgy, fun, homaging that kind of movies, the heist films and action films, and yet having heart and emotion arcs for the characters, making sure we had setups and payoffs, twists and turns, and and making sure that the audience would fall in love with these characters. So really, just making sure that the story was endearing, and we were able just to captivate the audience through and through. This is definitely the hardest thing, more so than just coming up with a new style or different look, because that's also quite tricky. But I think really crafting the story was tricky. Yeah, definitely.
Now, for Bad Guys fans who haven't seen the movie yet, are there Easter eggs or hidden gems that they'll recognize from the book that they'll want to look for in the film?
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. Oh yeah, there is like the movie's the movie is not following one book specifically. It really is its own storyline, but it's also borrowing from the first four books, and it's and therefore you would definitely find those moments from the books that are iconic to the books in the movie. So yeah, you'll find really iconic scenes like saving the cat and scaring the cat out, and from the first book, excuse me, rescuing, the dogs at the dog pound. We have something very similar to it. It's slightly tweaked, but I mean, there's so many of those. Yes, definitely.
Now, my fans from the Bad Guy books wanted to know why the tarantula was changed to a girl for the film.
Well, we needed some parity, didn't we? And we wanted to have a very strong female character in the group that would be able to, just to counterbalance the testosterone of the rest of the gang, And so, and I think I'm so proud of that choice. And by the way, Aaron, the author of the book, was totally on board with it. He was like, of course, let's change her. But yeah, I think it was really just making sure we had a female lead, because we didn't have it.
Now, if you could be any one of the Bad Guys characters, who would you be and why?
I got that question often. For me, I'm Mr. Wolf. I mean, I would be Mr. Wolf, and I think um, it's because I think his story that he's going through and the arc he's going through in this movie is very close to my heart and to kind of a story I went through. So, not that I was a bad guy, it's becoming a good guy, but you know what I mean, like a character that changes a little bit of his life and his way of being, And so I put a lot of myself into this character, definitely. And what he was
So you
feeling.
can so you can definitely relate to who he is and
Yes.
what he's gone through.
I mean, not the coolness or the suaveness, whatever. That's that's him. But you know what I mean, like the goofiness, yes. But it's more like his arc, really, in a way.
Now, some parents are always concerned when they're introducing new movies to their kids for the first time. What would you want parents to know about this film and why they should watch it with their kids?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, it's a movie that really just is watchable for the whole family. As parents, you're gonna find something you're gonna love in this film, and same thing as children. It's really accessible for everybody. It's a great entry point into the heist genre for younger audiences, which is great because it's such a fun genre that we don't see playing often for families. But mostly it has an amazing, to me, message behind it. You know, it's a message of inclusion, it's a message of redemption, it's a message of caring for, the story or the past lives or the past stories of someone, and not judging too quickly, not judging a book by its cover, and really understanding what people go through before you judge them. It's a story of stereotyping, it's a story of friendship. And so there's such a strong message behind it that you can really definitely discuss with the whole family and your children, because those are important messages to carry on and pass on, and also on top of that, it has amazing action sequences and it's quite a fun film. So yeah, no problem watching
Yeah,
it.
as a parent, I loved that, the humor was clean, the film was clean,
Yeah,
but it was edgy enough to keep everybody's interest. I've got a little bit older kids and they,
yeah,
they loved it. They cracked up at the jokes, but there was, I didn't have to worry about any
no,
inappropriate content.
no, there's no inappropriate content. It's like we've been very careful about it, and making sure that everybody would be having a blast watching it, and not feel weird about it, and it's again same thing. It has a great little message behind it, I think.
Is there anything else you would like my followers to know about the Bad Guys movie or why they should watch it?
Yeah, just if you want also a movie that is kind of has a little bit of a different take visually than what you see, and if you want to just expose yourself to some new looks and new style of animation and new style of designs, just definitely go watch it, because this is something that the whole team has been working really hard on trying to crack, and it's not your typical, you know, CG animated film that you always see, it's something a bit different. So yeah, definitely check it out. It's really fun.
Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah.
I know people are looking forward to seeing it again at home. So thank
Thank
you.
you so much. All right, take care.
Bye.